am going to work on a design team project for designer Gina B. Abrams. Gina designs stamps and stencils and sells them through her Etsy shop. And I get to be a part of her 2018 design team. I am having such fun with it. Gina has written a book, Creativity and Self-Expression, A Journey. And this book is meant to be a workbook going through different exercises to learn how to express yourself more through creative visual art exercises. I am going to choose one page to work on, and that is page 46, Your Life's Path. Now, before I get started, I want to cover some things that I'm going to be using, some things that if you do this, that you might want to get together before you start the project. I have wax paper. I use wax paper on my desktop to catch all the things such as embossing powder. Yes, we're going to be doing some embossing. I have a little spritz of water, some FW inks, some Jacquard gold pigment powder, Ranger's archival ink in black, some Yes paste, a palette knife, a scraper tool, my scissors, my heat gun, a fountain pen, and I'm particularly interested in this one, which I call scribble writing, and the stamp journey, which I think goes very well with page 47 in Gina's book talking about your life's path. Life is a journey that should be enjoyed. I also have one of Gina's stencils. This stencil was designed by Gina B. Abrams, Art Journaling Stencils at www.ginababrams.com. And before we go much further, let me tell you that you can find links to every place that Gina is on social media. If you look in my description box below and look for Gina's Linktree web link, and if you click on that, it will take you to links where Gina is most active on social media, which is every place. So here's the stencil. It's talking about life and art are not about creating a perfection of expectations put upon us by others. This process that I'm going to do is very experimental for me. Gina has done a video. She's just started a series that she calls Mixology, and she creates something that she's calling metallic paste. And I'm going to try to do that in a sense, but I don't have all the media that she used. I don't have the soft body gel that she uses. So I'm going to use Yes paste, the pigment, and then I'm going to emboss it. And you will see that as I go along. I will do a voiceover as I work on this so you can see each step of what I'm doing as I'm creating it. In my last video, I had altered this book so that it would have different flips. This part of the page flips this way, and this part of the page flips up this way. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to go into fast forward and work on this page. You will hear a voiceover as I work on it, so you will understand each step of the way, and we'll look at how it all turned out at the end of the video. I start by pulling two stamps from Gina's stamp set. I'm using the Scribbles text stamp and the Journey stamp, doing some test stamping there using Ranger's archival ink. I really like how it stamps. I'm going to use some yellow FW inks to highlight the title. I love how Gina's stamps coordinate with the text on this page. I'm going to make some metallic paste. Now this recipe is on Gina's channel. I will put a link to it in the description box below and the iCard above. The only difference is that I use Yes Paste instead of soft body gel. I've never done this before. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm really curious. But if you do use Yes Paste, you want to clean your tools and your stamp really good. You don't want that Yes Paste to dry on them and ruin them. Now I'm getting out some ultra thick embossing powder, and I'm going to coat my page really good with the embossing powder over the metallic paste area, just making sure all the areas are coated. Shake everything off, pour the leftovers back into the bottle, clean off my work area, and then I'm going to emboss it. And I am delighted with how it's embossing. It does not chip, it does not run, the Yes Paste does not stick. I'm just really happy with the results of doing this. I get out some blue FW ink because I want just a little bit more color on this page, and I'm going to use it as a wash over the embossed text, and I love how that embossed text resists the ink. Now, this is a scribble stamp. It's not meant to make any sense. So it just adds more texture to the page than anything, and I think it looks like an old suitcase. Just like you're going on a journey. I get out a biggie marker, and I'm just adding some borders to the page just to finish everything off. But I'm not finished. I am going to make some more of that metallic paste using the Yes Paste, and I am using Jacquard's gold pigment powders. And I just scrape it through the stencil just as Gina does in her tutorial. Now just get a really nice layer of that metallic paste on my page. And again, you want to clean off all your stencils and your stamps and your tools. Get that Yes Paste off of them. And again, I'm going to emboss this text area. I'll read the text to you later. I'm putting on a really nice coat of ultra thick embossing powder, making sure everything's coated. Shake off the excess and put it back into the bottle and clean up my area. Now I'm just embossing it, and again, I am delighted with the results. This embosses really nice. I'm using the scribble text stamp to add some borders around. This is a little flip page that I cut. I'm using some star stamp, and then I add some yellow FW inks and some blues in the center, just so that the page coordinates with the first page that I created. I'm really happy with how these pages are turning out. I'm just really playing at this point. Now I want to write a letter on the other side of this flip page. April 10th, 2018. Hello to you who are watching my videos at the Meri Atelier. It's been such a long time since I've written a letter, but this journal play in Gina's workbook, I'm calling it that, has changed my silence. I will write more. I'm inspired. Can you believe that when I started this page, I did not know exactly where it was going? But I'm happy with the results. Life and art are not about a perfection of expectations put on us by others, but instead a wonderful expression of the beauty in your soul. That is what Gina's stencil says. I love that stencil. I will be using this stencil, and the scribbled text stamp, well, it just echoes my handwriting. Art is a journey. I'm happy that I took the first step. Tuesday, April 10th, 2018. Meri at the Meri Atelier. I used the blue biggie marker on all the borders so they coordinate with each other. I am really happy with the finished pages using Gina's book, stamps, and stencil. My project is finished. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I worked on a page in Gina Ahrens' self-published book, Creativity and Self-Expression, A Journey. And I love that I have the journey stamp, which I used on this page. Your life's paths. Life is a journey that should be enjoyed. Now, this book is meant to be an art journal, a workbook. She gives you several exercises to work through, ways to find and express your creativity. I really like that about this book. And I really like that her stamps and her stencils coordinate with the exercises in the book, such as this is a suitcase. This is the word journey. Her stencil talks about life and art is not about creating a perfection of expectations put upon us by others. And that's what I stenciled on to this flip page. Again, this is very much a workbook for me. This is an art journal. And when you do your art journaling, don't try to do something that you think is going to, oh, I have to make it pretty to please somebody else. Life and art are not about creating a perfection of expectations put upon us by others. So you're expressing what you need to on the pages of your art journal. And I want to encourage you to do that. The only time that you should be concerned about creating perfection of expectations put upon you by others is if you are doing a commissioned work. Art journaling is more about, instead, a wonderful expression of the beauty in your soul. And it's about exploring, such as, I did not have soft medium gel to create the metallic paste that I wanted to use for this stencil, so I used Yes Paste. It's about using what you have. It's about exploring your media to find out what it can and can't do. It's about success, and it's about failures. I'm really happy with this page. I'm happy with how it turned out. I love this stencil. You can find this at GinaBAhrensDesigns.com. Look in the description box below. If you click on the link that says Meri 15, you will get a 15% discount on any of the product that you order from Gina's Etsy shop. She has all sorts of stamps. This just happens to be the stamp set that I chose to work with, but I'm really glad that I did. I can't wait to use more of these on other pages. So art is a journey. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next page.